I'm still drunk. I'm still drunk. Shout out to Terry and the terrorists out there. Anybody who watched the debut of obviously the Football Terrorists Friday show, and you saw me make my little cameo appearance there, man. Yeah. I've not. This when you've not drunk beer in years, and you have to now take it down in one punt and in one pint, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. So right now, I am slightly seeing double, slightly seeing triple, but hopefully I can get through this with a few help of my friends representing Arsenal and Chelsea. So guys, this is going to be a combination. The big, huge game on Sunday. So the focus here is going to be Arsenal and Chelsea. Chelsea-Arsenal preview, where Chelsea are looking for legal adoption of Arsenal Football Club. We're trying to begin that relegation battle. And also, we'll also be taking some questions that have been sent in via email on the website. And then I will then take some questions from the live chat. But if I am somehow a bit slow and my words are a bit slowed and so forth, that's because I downed a whole pint of beer and I don't drink beer and I hate beer. So excuse me if I'm a little bit slow during this whole stream, man. But let me give it out to my amigos up in here. Yes, I think Joshua went out. So let me bring it in. So Mr. Momo, man, what up, man? Introduce yourself, who do you support, and where you from, who are your parents, what's your background?
I'm not about to give my government details.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just trying to trick you.
Anyway, hi everyone. My name is H Mamo. You can just call me Mamo. I support Arsenal. I've born and grown up in London. Been supporting Arsenal my whole life. Yeah, let's just say this is a rough season.
It's a very rough season, man. I mean, wait, just very quickly, is that you in your AVI?
No, that's Emil Smith Rowe.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, let's just pull this up. Oh, wow. Okay, damn. Jeez, man. Wait, is he standing in front of a DeLorean?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. I forgot. I don't know the car model. I'm not into cars, so I'm not.
Yeah, well, okay. So I mean, look, before we even get into the whole Chelsea and Arsenal fiasco, man, I mean, what is your take on the current state of affairs with Arsenal, man? I mean, like, are you worried? Are you optimistic? Are you chilled out? Nothing is too crazy, or are you like, wait a minute? This Arsenal could be heading towards something very dangerous. What are your views on your emotions right now? Shout out to your boy Aaron Ramsdale.
I'm worried. I'm not gonna lie. I'm worried. I'm worried because we've got, first of all, an inexperienced manager. We've got Arteta. This is his first job. He's a rookie, and let's not kid ourselves. Arsenal's still a big club. I know people like to banter us. 8th place, 2 8th place finishes.
Okay, when you say you're a big club, in what sense are you a big club? Because you can't be talking about footballing eliteness. So in what sense? Is it like shirt sales, merchandise, OnlyFans accounts?
No, I'm talking about in terms of the heritage of the club. In terms of England, we're still the top 3 historical biggest clubs. Now, Chelsea, in the last 25 years, they've been ramping up pressure. I'm not going to deny that. Like, 25 trophies, 2 Champions Leagues now. They're pushed, they're making progress. And in the next 15 years, if they continue this up, who knows? But as of still today, Arsenal are still the top 3 historical biggest clubs in England. But, we've been
wait. So you still believe Arsenal are bigger than Chelsea?
Absolutely.
Wait, okay, before, no. See, we have to just clear this up. You can't say that. That makes no logical sense.
Why?
Have you won a European trophy?
No, but look, Norwich has won. I mean, Nottingham Forest have won 2 European cups.
No, okay. First of all, you've not won a European trophy. For just forget of European trophy. For me, I don't even count European cups. Have you won a Champions League? Because the Champions League is where it gets real. How can you have a notion that you're a big club without a UCL, without a freaking CL? I told you, I still speak fluent CL. So my thing is,
blame UEFA Lona. That 2006 should have been Champions League. UEFA Lona, red card.
No, bro. But wait, do you want me to talk about 2009? Do you want to care about 2009? I told you we have four trophies. We won in 05, we won in 09. Those counts, right? And also we actually won in 08 because you can't play with 10 men. That should be 11. So really, we actually have 5 because I'm counting 08, I'm counting 05, I'm counting 09. So, but we can't do ifs and buts. Okay, like realistically, we have 5 UCLs, but technically we have 2. So my thing is, if you don't realistically have a single UCL, how can you still in a big 2021 think you're bigger than Chelsea? It makes no. I mean, it makes no sense. Come on, man. Let's be. It's not even the UCL. The amount of trophies that Chelsea won and the amount and how competitive Chelsea have been. How can you still say Arsenal on the same level as Chelsea? How?
But the thing is, you're putting in a recency bias. You can't put in a recency bias just because of the last 15 years. You have to look at the whole picture.
I can do anything I want, actually, but
It's not fair. It's not fair. Why is it people are still calling the Liverpool a big club when they only won one Champions League in 30 years and they had no Premier League?
okay, so my thing is that if Arsenal finish 8th or mid-table this season, you still believe they're a big club?
We're still a big club, but it's looking bad. It's looking bad. I'm not gonna lie, it's looking bad. It's looking bad. But I don't think we're gonna finish 8th. I think we're gonna finish top 6. I think we're gonna finish top 6.
Excuse me?
The squad is good enough to be top 6.
I don't care about squad. So you say top 6, so you believe that you will finish ahead of either Leicester City or Tottenham this season?
100%. Whether that's the manager gets sacked halfway season and we get someone else in, like a Conte, hopefully. Who knows, hopefully. But we're getting top 6 either way. I can't see us finishing outside the top 6.
Okay, what's your take on Arteta?
I think he's massively arrogant. I think he's got a massive ego. And I know you say this, have hope, that people in those sort of positions, you have to have an ego and arrogance to even get there to begin with. But the type of arrogance he's got is as if he's someone who's already had an established career. And that's my only issue with him in terms of how he's so...
So do you know, for better parents, do you believe that he's still the right manager for your club?
I'm not sure yet. I don't. This is the season I'm going to really judge him in. He's got no excuses now. He was saying he had no preseason. He doesn't have the players he wants. He's got no excuses to stand on it. No excuses. So this season he has to deliver.
So let's talk about fear. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about fear, because fear is a very strong word. Mm-hmm. People say there's nothing to fear amongst fear itself, but that's stupid. There are two things to fear: fear and the UCL champions. How fearful are you of the champions of Europe come Sunday?
I'll be honest with you. There's a part of me that thinks, I don't know if you've seen that meme with Lukaku and Ben White, like that picture showing Lukaku dragging Ben White. They got if he starts up, I'm saying that might happen to Ben White. I'm praying for him. But that's one side of it. I'm thinking, Ben White, you're getting beaten up by Brentford level championship dons. I'm seeing Ivan Toney looking like, he's eating you up for breakfast and dinner, putting you in a spliff. Like, what's going on here? And then you're going to do, like, next week you got Lukaku. What do you think he's going to do? If Ivan Toney's doing that to you, what do you think Lukaku?
No. So last time I saw Ben White, he was buying some jewelry on Instagram. So basically that's where he said it. So my thing is because I told you, I don't know whether you're aware, but I spoke with Tuchel like about a few hours ago, and I spoke with him. We did like a video conference call.
Oh no!
And I said that I want a legal adoption on Sunday. So the game is at 4:30 p.m. Mm-hmm. So around about 6:30, I want Arsenal to have been legally adopted by Chelsea Football Club. So when you realize that, how fearful are you of what could potentially happen on Sunday? Because I want to not put out all the jinxes through here. Arsenal could very easily win, because we saw what happened. Because we're going to speak about the previous games and what happened in those previous games. But for this game in particular on Sunday, where is the mind? So actually, before we get in there, shout out to boy Suleiman. Thank you for the dub, Suleiman. Thank you for the donation, bro. Suleiman says 0 chance Arsenal is a big club. I truly believe that only Arsenal fans think they're a big club. I don't think. No. There's not a single soul outside of Arsenal that honestly believes that Arsenal are a big club. Let's keep it 3 stacks.
Nonsense. That's nonsense. Come on, have hope. You ask people up and down this country who are the traditional biggest 3 clubs in England, they'll tell you.
Wait. No. I said on the world map. On the world map, is anybody calling you a big club?
We're not relevant right now in terms of a team, but we're still a big club. Like, there's a reason why we got invited to the Super League. Let's be real. There's a reason why we got invited. If we weren't a big club, we wouldn't be invited to the Super League.
Tottenham were invited. Are they a big club?
No, they're not a big club.
Thank you, but they were invited there as well. So there you go. So my thing is that. So how fearful are you of Sunday, because I don't want to talk, because I want to do all those previous 2 games, because that's what we talk about. Lampard the terrible, one of the worst dictators of our lifetime, next to Idi Amin.
Yeah,
But before we talk about Lampard, Idi Amin, Sunday, are you confident?
I'm split. There's a little part of me that's confident because I know we've still got some sort of juju going on with Chelsea, but then there's the other side that's saying, why have you even got any hope? They've just added Lukaku, they've won the Champions League. Havertz is. I tell you though, I've just seen the recent news that Pulisic is out with COVID-19. I mean, I hope he gets better and everything's okay. But for me, he was one of the players I was scared of, because in that FA Cup final, I don't know if you remember the way he was tearing through us. He reminded me of Hazard, and the nightmares Hazard used to give us. So that's the only thing, that now he's out. I like Havertz. He's a good player. I think he's going to become a big player, but I don't know if he's still there yet in terms of, he's still got a bit of shy Havertz about him. He's not really, his personality. He's not bringing it out to the full pitch.
No, look. I mean, when you score the winning goal in the UCL final, it takes time for you to really show what you can do. And so, you see, because I'll bet with you. See, for me, I want to be very careful, because obviously people see the danger is that soon. Because I went to the terrace and I talked. I was wearing like a 3,000 custom made Pierre Cardin Gucci suit. Everything was. I was popping up. I was like $3 million worth of attire. So some things that I said, I don't want people to take into heart, because my fear is that vid has been saved, and if Arsenal do the unthinkable, that video could become a meme. So I'm worried of that video becoming a meme. But see, I'll be real with you, because this is where we now blends into the previous 2 games, man. Is on paper, Chelsea should beat the living daylights out of us.
100%, especially if Aubameyang doesn't start and Lacazette's not there.
I mean, on paper, because people could say, okay, it's a match. Maybe Arsenal will be a better matchup than the way against Brentford, blah, 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 first game. But I just think that's basically just what how Chelsea look like, the way that they operate, and especially if Arteta comes out and tries to play against Chelsea, I think it could be lights out.
Absolutely.
But I want to go back to last season. Emirates. Before that game, people thought that Aston were in a relegation battle.
We were. It was disgusting.
No, it was there. So the notion was, because this was a pivotal game. It was a pivotal game not only for Arsenal but for Chelsea. It literally was a turning point.
It saved Arteta's job. I'll be honest with you. Give it that loss and the next loss, he was gone. I think. That loss.
If Arsenal had lost that game, he would literally be 1 game away from being sacked, and then he'd be sacked. And if Chelsea had won that game, who knows? Lampard may still be in the job, and who knows, may never won the UCL. But my thing about it, and that's why I'm fearful of Sunday, all indicators went with Chelsea should win, and Arsenal. And it's funny how the stars aligned. One of the surprising additions was number 10.
Yeah.
The guy in your AVI who started, and he was pivotal in really causing issues for Chelsea in that game. And he went with a young team. So, because I told you because that day launched my hatred of Francisco Lampard the second, the terrible dictator emperor of Chelsea.
He was the reason why you got a UCL. He was the reason why you got a UCL.
Oh wait! Is there something wrong with your son? Maybe I wasn't clear. Francisco Lampartisto the fourth, the dictator and emperor of Chelsea. It was a horrible reign because that spelled racism towards me, Abdullahi, and so forth. It was the worst civil war that Chelsea fan base had ever felt, and it was a horrible time. And also, I don't think I've ever been happier than the day I woke up to learn that he was sacked.
Chill, you can't say that about a Chelsea legend, man. Come on,
bro. I'll say it again. There was never. I was happy. I was freaking overjoyed. So it was a lovely, lovely day. So, what do you remember of that game, and do you think that history could repeat itself? Because that's my fear. My fear is because I'm seeing parallels. Now, the only difference is Tuchel. But when Chelsea played Arsenal at Stamford Bridge Tuchel was manager.
But let's be real. You should have won that game. You had the chances.
No, I don't think you know how I operate. I deal in results. I don't deal in ifs, buts, or maybes. The only ifs and buts and maybes I deal with is Robin in the 2010 World Cup where Casillas doped to stop his 151. That's the only ifs and buts that I roll with. And also Ronaldo should have won the Champions League because of that thing. So those are the only ifs and buts that I roll with. Apart from that, I don't really think I roll with facts. Facts of the matter is that somehow Chelsea lost. Chelsea had it out. So I'm worried. I'm worried because I can't come on this stream. If Arsenal beats Chelsea, I can't come on this stream. No.
Come on, you have to do that.
No, I don't care. No. So, do you think history could repeat itself when you're looking at last season? And I'll take your dubs. Talk to me.
That's my hope. I see it last season. I see the possibility. I see Arteta's on the ropes. I see he has to now go. He has to galvanize the players, bring them together, say this is a must-win game. It's at the Emirates. I've seen in the results over the last weekend, home crowds being back make a factor in terms of there's been a lot more home wins now, which is definitely I think a part to do with the crowds. The Emirates crowds they'll be behind the team for the first half. The boys have to respond to that, and my hope is that we can somehow get an early goal. I think the first goal is crucial in this game because I think if Chelsea get the first goal, it's over. I think Arsenal get the first goal. I mean, if Chelsea get the first, I'll just check out.
No. I mean, if Arsenal get the first goal, Chelsea can still come back.
Yeah.
If Chelsea get the first goal, it's going to be very difficult for Arsenal to come back because then they'll have to come out. So, Josh, general thoughts, general very basic before we go into thinking on Sunday. General thoughts on Sunday.
This is difficult. It will be difficult. Like I heard your prediction on the terrace 6-0.
Josh, I was talking. I was just talking. Don't hold me for that prediction. I was just talking. Okay, I was hype. I was hype.
I think it'll be very tight. Like it's not just a derby. It's the fact that Arsenal have nothing to lose, and I think we have a lot to lose in terms of our
pride.
Pride, definitely pride. And I think this is a very big test for us in terms of our mentality, because I've noticed with us when we play teams that we expect to beat and we have to beat, we don't tend to beat them, but we usually beat the teams that we are the underdogs. Let's say the Man City, the
Real Madrid, Atletico
Madrid. Yeah, exactly. So this is a big test in terms of a mentality. I want to see if these men have learned from last season in the Prem, because look at the teams we lost in the Prem under Tuchel. Aston Villa the last day, Arsenal, West Brom.
But see, that's where you have to say that you hope that the preseason has been able just to mount these guys up and they're a lot sharper. Because again, he came in halfway through the season. I said Tuchel, he produced a miracle. He produced a miracle. Right. Like he's not going to win the Manager of the Year award, but he definitely deserves that nomination because what he did was nothing short of a miracle, based on the state that the club was in when he took over Francisco Lampard the third. So, let me just take a few of these jobs so we can go into some of these formations, man. So, let's see. From your boy Paul King, thank you for the meal, man. Paul King, thank you for that meal, man. Thank you for that meal, Paul Kickling. So Paul says, HH, watch out for your Nigerian brother Balogun. I'm telling you, this kid has that Robin factor. What? Robin? Bro, don't say Robin's name in vain. Don't you dare say Robin's name in vain. That guy is on the cusp of horsemanship. Relax. His game has all the attributes of all the classic strikers and has all that's all Christina Messi fanboys don't know. Now look, you shouldn't judge a guy based off one game. You shouldn't. That's wrong. But based off the game that I saw him at, I don't see any Robin-esque stuff there.
No, he should have won a penalty. That was a beautiful touch and turn he done in the box.
He said Robin.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't say his name in. Thank you. Yeah, don't speak his name in vain.
But he's an excellent talent. I just think on Friday, first Premier League debut. I think the strike. It's his first time. He's still a young kid. He's 19, and he's got these two brute championship defenders up against him. I think he needs a loan out to get some games.
No, but you see, that's okay.
Yeah, definitely.
because I remember what Martinelli did on that counter attack harassment.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
So I'm very wary. I'm very wary indeed. Shout out to Chelsea Perspective, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the meal, man. Thank you for the meal. It says at this point, Arsenal is not a big club because you cannot boast of what you had, but what you have. Thank you. So forget the rich history nonsense. Josh, let me bring you in on this. Hati Momo, an Arsenal fan, says that Arsenal are a big club because of their heritage. Do you believe such BS?
They are a big brand, not a big club. I think people get that. It's very obvious. There's an obvious distinction between the brand of Arsenal and the actual club itself in this day and
Football,
age.
I think it's something about on the pitch.
Football.
On the pitch,
there's a football side, and then there's a football side on the pitch, and then there's a business side. They're completely two different things. In terms of business size, they are definitely a big club. That's why they're part of the Super League. The status and their global fan base, but on the pitch, they're far from it.
No, because
you don't
just
need
like
to say the reasons.
it's if we're talking business, United and Arsenal are definitely in the mix. But when it's talking about football, United can't talk to Chelsea footballing wise.
Yeah.
In 2021, United and Arsenal they can't talk to Chelsea. They can't look us in the eye. You can't even look me in the eye. You can't look me in the eye. So as I think it says, I don't care about what you did in the freaking past. What did you do for me this year? Last year?
Facts.
2 years ago? That's where you go. Thank you. So from a boy, yes side who supports Manchester United. Yes side, I repeat, supports a club who lost to a bunch of yellow submarine players, and his goalkeeper, who's the highest paid at this club, conceded 11 straight penalty kicks, including one against the opposite keeper. That's who this guy supports. Yes side, thank you for the dub. HH, you used Juju to win the CL last season. No, it's called skill. It's called skill. What did you do in the UCL? Oh yeah, he didn't make it through the groups. Yet you're underestimating Juju when it comes to this fixture. Arsenal will win guaranteed thanks to Juju. Yes, aside, unless your club has won a UCL and so forth, you can't talk slick. Unless you've won a UCL in the last 2-3 years, you can't talk slick. Yes, said this. You're coming from a man who you've not sniffed a trophy in like 3, 4, 5 years. So see, yes, said this talk is too big for you. So this is above your pay grade. Okay. You worry about trying to come top 4. We worry about trophies. Okay, your small time. Your small time. What big time? Your small time. Your relevance. No one cares about your club anymore. Your club has run out of relevance. I'm sorry. I'm being real. From your boy.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I'm happy.
Hati Momo, I want you to respond to this dub. I want you to respond to the dub.
I was very sad to see him go to Chelsea. You know, he talked about his admiration to join Arsenal before he joined Chelsea. He was saying how he loved Arsenal. It's true. And he said, he looked up to Ozil, and he was pimping himself up for Arsenal. And then when I saw him sign for Chelsea, I was thinking, damn man, you hate to see that. You hate to see that. But then he flopped season 1. I was like, damn, this is it, man. Like, I saw you're balling out in Ajax.
Get to the Super Cup final. Get to the Super Cup final. No, I don't know if, but when did he get to the Super Cup final? When did he get there? Tell me when he gets to the Super Cup final.
Well, he did a little tap-in. What is that you're talking about?
That was not a tap-in.
So, Josh, talk to me about this dub, man. Talk to me about this dub. Because wait, Josh, because we what could pop off, Josh. We could get the Edge, the Verts, and Luke Skywalker. Yeah. Josh, we could get that. See, Josh, if that 3 comes through, Josh, just talk to Ziyech.
It's scary. It's actually scary because he's really experienced. He knows what he needs to do. Okay, the first season wasn't his best season. Far from it, be real. But towards the end of the season, you can actually see he was growing into the league. He was growing into the team. He was actually contributing. The Man City game in the Prem, the second game, performed well. He usually performs in the big games, and he turns up, and that's what I love about him. we really did him this season.
Oh no. He's because and also he's ready. I think because he has a point to prove. He has a point to prove.
And he's a type. You can tell by his character and the way he speaks. You can tell he's got a chip on his shoulder. Like,
oh, for sure. Because the abuse I received, people questioned me. Because I was pushed by Yech. And people were like, oh, this guy's flopped. I thought because my narratives are popping off because Hazard already had assist of the season, first game of the season, and they already saw what the Yech did in the Super Cup final. So because people be wary, I held an L in 2020 for Chelsea in the UCL. We saw what happened in 2021. I held an L with Hazard and Yech this season. Live chats, people, the streets. If the Yech and Hazard say what's up, I don't want to see anyone. I don't hear an apology. I don't want to see anybody because this is the year. This is the year. This is the year. Let me get this. Your boy. Thank you for doing. Robin is a great player and a potential horseman. I know. He's definitely potential, but thank you for that. It's a fact that London is blue and Bayern Munich failed to win the UCL this year. Congrats to Chelsea, which is a bigger club. Detroit Rock City, it is what it is. Thank you for the congrats, for us and so forth. And it's unlucky for Bayern Munich. It's unlucky. Why? Wait, Detroit, what did Bayern do in the UCL this season? Do you have any idea? I just want to know. What did they do? I just want big thing. Bring boy Paul Kickling, thank you for Paul Kickling. Thank you for Paul Kickling. Arsenal lives in everyone's heads. No matter how far they fall, they will always trigger and tilt fanboys. Same goes for Chelsea. Arsenal, when boss from Kroenke, will moon and be the biggest club. You see, Josh, this is why I want an adoption. See, this is why I want an adoption agency opened up on Sunday. Because I want Arsenal to be so embarrassed and see, I don't want Chelsea to beat Arsenal. I want Chelsea to levitate these.
Easy.
Because what I want is a severe, brutal, merciless lashing. That's what I hope for. That's what I hope for. Look,
do you want to see kids crying?
I want these guys. No, I want them to be I want a Lara Crofting. I need a Lara Crofting. So let's do some of this. Let's do some. Oh, sorry. I want to start first with Arsenal, man.
First 11.
Yeah, first 11. First, what are we doing? First 11, man. What are we doing? Okay, here we go. So, Harty Momo, take it away. So, who starts and goal?
Leno. So I don't think Ramsdale will start. I think he'll play Carabao Cup next game. So Leno will be good.
So is it back 4, back 3?
This is where I'm torn on, you see, because I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna match it up like he did when he faced Tuchel last time, the back 3. I think he's gonna go and try and match. I would agree. I want a back 3 against Chelsea. Match them up. I think that's the best way to go. So I do believe he's gonna go with a back 3. I think he's gonna match up Chelsea.
All right. So what are the 3?
Right. So it's gonna be Mari on the left. Listen, he won double over you last season. Calm down. It's going to be Holding in the middle, and then it's going to be Ben White on the right.
Wait.
Hey.
Those are the only 3 centre backs that are fit, right?
Yeah, these are the only ones. And then left wing back. Oh, sorry. Actually, you know what?
What about Tierney?
No. I apologize. I made a mistake. Instead of Holding, can you put Mari there, and then put Tierney where Mari is actually? So no. Change the name of Mari. So Mari actually won't start. And Mari will move to the middle, and then Holding. Yeah, you're doing it right. And then Holding won't start. Put Tierney there. I totally forgot. Thank you for that, Josh. I was going to put Tierney at left wing back.
So
and then left wing back, we're going to play this kid we bought from Portugal. He's Tavares. So it's Tavares. I think that's how you spell it.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow! Okay.
I think he should. And then I don't want to see Callum Chambers there, but I don't know who else he's going to play. But just put Chambers there.
All right. And
and
then
then the two in front. So it's going to be a two in the front, and that's going to be Xhaka and our new boy from Belgium, Lukonga. I don't think he'll play on any. I think Lukonga showed some very bright stuff. Debating, and then this is the tricky part. You see, I think ESR will start.
who?
So that's Smith Rowe.
Yes, I was sure.
Yeah, Smith Rowe. And then I think it'll be Martinelli and Saka.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, that's the lineup I would go with. I think maybe we might see something. There might be a couple of players changed, maybe up front or.
Oh, so you don't think the Balongo
So you're not
kid is
playing
going to
Pepe?
start?
No, I don't think he'll start this game. I don't think it would be right for him to start this game. I mean, maybe he could start him, but from what I've heard Martinelli's been training as a striker. There's been some rumors he's been training, and then also there's a possibility of Aubameyang actually starting this game. They don't know 100%.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
he may
but
come.
let's just go with this one just in case he doesn't, because that one there's still touch and go on whether he even makes it. But I think if he is fit and he is allowed to go, I think he will start. But let's just say he doesn't.
Okay. So we'll have that saved. Josh, let's do our boys, man. Let's do our boys. So I think we can all agree what the setup is gonna be because he doesn't change it. It's gonna be boom, 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 wing back, and then the three. So Josh, we can agree on Mendy.
Yeah.
Okay. And then obviously this will be Rudy.
Yes, about Rudiger, yeah.
Now
Oof.
are Silva and Christensen both fit?
Oof.
I
He
heard
didn't
that boy
say
Chalobah
anything.
is looking to start. Is he not going to start this game as well, or is he
Who?
Chalobah?
Chalobah.
Now he may go with that. He may go with him.
Because
I think he'll play Chalobah on the right centre back.
Yeah. You know, I think Chalobah is going to start, man.
Yeah, I think he's starting right centre back. Yeah.
And then
I think Christensen is fit because he played centre.
So basically,
Wasn't it Christensen or?
But my thing,
Christensen, didn't he play against Crystal Palace?
I think he did.
Yeah, so he's fit.
So obviously, Aspi, you're saying?
Yeah, I think Aspi instead of.
Now,
James.
is he going to stick with Alonso or is he going to roll with Chill?
I'm praying for Alonso.
You see, my thing about it is that look, but you know what? I'm going to put.
No,
I'm going to make an argument. So what's it called? You think you're slick, the Hartman. You think you're slick, bro. I think you're slick. So, Kante, Jorginho, yeah. And then so Ziyech obviously here.
Is on the right, yeah.
And I think
right.
you see, I think he's going to start with Mount.
No. Yeah, I was thinking of
Mount. And we pray and we hope.
Oh, do you think he's going to start the game? I thought maybe he was going to come off the bench,
bro.
No, he started. He goes. Actually,
you know, now. Let me ask you, Josh. Would you start Lukaku or would you bring him off the bench?
Honestly, I'm not gonna let the Crystal Palace game cloud me. We didn't play well in the attacking area. We were still toothless. So I'm not taking any risk. I want to beat Arsenal. I'm tired of it. So I'm playing Lukaku from the get-go. He's had preseason.
Yeah. He's had preseason, so he's fit. He's
preseason. He's fit. He's ready. He's fit. Only thing he doesn't know is the tactics.
And I think I like the points you bring up. Chelsea were not good in our Crystal Palace game. Attacking wise.
Was it 3-0
yes.
you won there?
Yeah. They got the goals. But you see, that's why you have to watch the game rather than just be like, well, when you watch the game, the game wasn't like a 3-0 game.
What was it?
The game felt like a 1-0 game because Chelsea still have an issue because there isn't enough of a presence in an attack. And my thing is, if Arsenal somehow defend the way that they defended, and Chelsea now find it frustrating and are not able to create any openings. Because the danger is if you now roll with the Werner and so forth, it could be the same story. Possession, nice play, you have 7% possession, sucker punch. Oh, wait, how the heck is 1-0 down? So my thing is starts from the strong foot. Because see, this isn't the Messi situation. Messi was literally chilling out for ages because he was playing for Barcelona, so he couldn't play tonight against Brest and Tits. So Lukaku, he's been training all the way through because he thought he still be for Inter. So even when he was in the whole transfer thing, he's still been training and keeping fit. So my thing is, look, like, what do you start strong? Start strong. Because my thing is, even when I was watching like past games, I need to see a freaking striker, and a striker with some freaking presence. Somebody that can play with their back to goal. So that's my thing. So let's come back here to the Arsenal boys, man. Let's come back to this Arsenal boys. So, Josh, you look at our lineup. Are you fearful?
We've got a lot of key players.
No, the front. I'm fearful of Saka and Emil Smith Rowe. Not fearful, but I'm wary.
Who?
He's not. I don't think he's ready. Honestly, I don't think he's ready to be a threat. Like, he's not a threat. Let's be real. He's not a threat. Martinelli, in my opinion.
Have you not seen the pictures of Kante? He's still searching.
Easy. You're talking to a World Cup winner there. Have some respect. You're talking to a World Cup winner there and a potential UEFA Men's Player of the Year. Please have some respect. Thank you very much.
Come on, man. Martinelli is not. He was terrible against Brentford. Okay, he went Olympics, won. He got gold in it, but look, he's not. He's not a threat, to be honest. Far up actually, but I'm wary of Saka and Emil Smith Rowe. Them two players, they're very talented and they're very intelligent. Especially Saka. Saka is a very intelligent player.
But see, my thing about this is, if Chelsea don't lose concentration, Arsenal shouldn't score.
They shouldn't, definitely.
Because my thing is that I see skillful players here, really skillful players here, but this isn't a case of, oh my shit, you're going up against an Henry or you're going up against a Van Persie. These are small, young, skillful guys. So if you big boy experience defense them, there shouldn't really be any issue. So the issues would obviously be on the overlap and on the overload.
You say that have hope, but then your defense. You know, I'm always depressed by Chelsea's defense since Tuchel came in, but a lot of your defenders, to me, are just average in and of themselves. Like, I feel like it's the system and also
the system.
The players. It's the system and the players in front you've got who like press people. Like, I remember in preseason, you guys were flying into tackles, even against, like, I saw in the highlights against Crystal Palace, you guys were going in for challenges from the front. You were very front-footed in defending. So that's why a lot of teams aren't even able to penetrate your backlines, because, you know, you've got Kante, Jorginho, all of them throwing in tackles, winning the contests. So boys can't even access your backline like that. So my hope is that we try and bypass that, go straight down the wings, you know, try and get boys direct into channels and try and bypass that press you have us in.
You see, and my thing as well is, if they play this lineup and Chelsea go with that Werner, Ziyech thing, you know Chelsea will have the same issues.
Yeah, I'm hoping Werner starts. I'm hoping Werner. Don't get me wrong. Werner is elite off the ball in terms of running, making the run, the running the channel.
But where's the space?
Where's the space?
Yeah, exactly. I think if Arteta's smart, he's going to restrict it. He's going to restrict the space in the middle. Let them have the ball down the wings. Like, if that's the only difference is now you've got Lukaku, you see, so you can spam crosses, and you've got someone who's good on the box, who's got presence, who's a force of nature. You know, Lukaku is that. So if I'm worried that if we give you that much space and you pump enough balls into the box for Lukaku, he will get them. He'll make some change out of them. So that's
okay. Can you please get your fellow Arsenal fans here? No. Can you explain this? Please? Explain this to me. Explain this to me.
The thing is, Balogun, I think he's a very talented boy. Very, very talented boy. But there's no point comparing him to players who are at the current of their peak. What's the point of comparing? You know, Balogun, for all we know, how many young players have you seen who've got talent at 18, 19, 20, but then can they transition it into the professionals main game? Can they, you know, you see some of the most talented people at 18 or 19, but then come when they have to play men's football, they look a fish out of water. They can't do it. So for me, Balogun, forget about trying to compare him to actual seasoned professionals. He needs to go out, to a lower Premier League club, maybe.
But how highly is he worth this hype?
He's got the talent. He's got the talent. The boy's got the physicality. He's got the technique. He's got the link-up play.
He hasn't got the physicality.
He hasn't got the physicality. He can bulk out, but he's got all the nutrients to make a top score, like to be a top striker. He's got all the nutrients. But obviously, just because someone's got the nutrients doesn't mean that they'll, it will grow out to be and blossom. So, we have to wait and see for Balogun. But I've got high hopes for the boy.
From your boy, Red Devil Studio, who is a United supporter. I repeat, Red Devil Studio supports Man United, a team that has been trophyless for the past 5 years, gave a PE teacher a 10-year contract extension, and lost to Villarreal on penalties. So I want to just remember that. So Red Level Ludio says, Chelsea's next 5 games: Arsenal away, Liverpool away, Villa home, Spurs away, City at home. How many points will Chelsea get from these next fixtures? First of all, Red Devil Studio, is this a dig? I feel this is like a slight dig towards Chelsea, but fine, I'll play your game and then I'll go over to Josh. Chelsea, Arsenal, I don't want to jinx anything, but Chelsea should win, but we don't know. Chelsea were at Liverpool. That could be a draw.
Did you beat them last season that way? I think you did, right?
Yes. Mount scored the winning goal.
That's it, the little dance.
Yeah. Villa, Chelsea should win that. Spurs away.
Tricky.
So by the time they face Spurs, I think that'll be the end. That will probably be September. So the transfer window would have ended.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it's Kane or no Kane. Chelsea should still beat Spurs.
Yeah,
they should beat Spurs. Chelsea at home to Man City. They have good record against Man City.
100%.
Chelsea have a good record. So the only one I think is not a sure banker is Liverpool away because Van Dijk is back and so forth. So the team now looks resolute. So that's one where that could be tricky. But apart from that, Villa home, Spurs away, City at home. Those should be dubs. Those should be. I need Lukaku should. Hopefully, Lukaku should come in from those games 7-8 goals up. 7-8 goals up. That's
just on this, I've got a question for you. How many of them need to be dubs for you to still be in the title? Like, if you lose 3 of those 5, do you think, okay, that's it, the title challenge is done? If you can't even win 3 of those 5,
Hatsumama, what's my name? Just what's my name?
I mean,
no, I'm asking what's my name. So it's not over until it is mathematically over. So it's not over until Einstein says what's up. So until Einstein played so and Aristotle says what's up, it isn't over. So I don't want to hear anything about lose this game. No, when freaking says September, come on, man. So shout out to your boy Bash A, who says, remind me again, what did Arsenal do to your overrated CCL team in the last 3 games? You see, this is why I find funny. But actually, I suppose you're an Arsenal fan. Cool, because I always use this example. I remember there was a season, I think when Adeboye was still playing for Arsenal. Arsenal beat United twice.
Yeah,
but guess who won the title?
Yeah, United.
United. So, would you rather be United or Arsenal in that twice? But who won the trophy at the end of the day? It was United. So my thing is, okay, Chelsea lost to Arsenal twice, but remind me again what Arsenal won. Remind me again what's
FA Cup. Sure.
Cool. What's European competition are Arsenal in currently right now?
Soon to be in.
No. Speak up. I can't hear. Speak up. What's that?
Soon to be in Europe.
There we go.
I'd rather not be in a European competition rather than one called the Europa Conference League. So if there's one between that or not being in Europe.
But where did he finish? Give me the position. Where did he finish? Say it.
I'm looking at top 6 today. I'm looking at top 6.
Okay. Oh, fine. I just want to think you can say it. So and also last check, it isn't a CCL. It's a UCL, bro. It's a UCL. UCL is what it's about. So So Hasmo, you look at this right now. Do you feel why Saka over Pepe?
Yeah, so I was about to say that's the other option he can do. So you know where Tavares is, he can put Saka there, put him on the left wing back, and then he will still be playing an attacking advanced role in the left wing back combined with Martinelli, and he can put Pepe where Saka is. So that's the other option he can do.
Yeah, I thought you would do that.
Yeah, so he's got those options available to him. So we'll see one form of that sort of area. Either he'll do this, or Pepe. If Pepe starts, I think we'll see Saka at left wing back in a more attacking advanced role, and then we'll see Pepe up there. So, but the thing for me with Pepe is he's disappointed me in big games. In big games, he's really disappointed me. But then I'm not sure. We'll see.
Wait, not Lacazette and Aubameyang are they not?
They've got
Aubameyang,
COVID.
they said Aubameyang may make it
But
on
yeah,
Sunday.
but Aubameyang maybe because he tested negative recently, so he might.
Okay.
But it's touch and go with whether he does. And I also have hope. Another thing with this season is this COVID thing is real. A lot of players are going to be getting it. Christian Pulisic is out. How much of this is going to be? I feel like this season more than last is going to affect clubs with the luck of the draw. Like, what about if you've got 4 players? Like, Premier League didn't want to cancel the Arsenal game against Brentford when they had 4 people with COVID.
So,
and it could have been an outbreak.
But why do you think it's going to be worse this season as opposed to?
Because before we had, they had the bubbles. Players were tightly restricted. They couldn't go out mixing. Whereas now all those restrictions have been lifted.
Oh, no. And also the Delta variants.
And the Delta variant.
Because most guys are saying that like the Delta variant is going to start saying what's up and lubricating people when it becomes cold. So I mean,
it's going to have a big factor in terms of matches. In terms of it's kind of an unfair advantage to teams who have got you've only got 1 player out with COVID, but we had 4 players out. No. Other teams might have like 5 players out. So
this is why you have to have a squad, even more so now. Because obviously, if you don't have a squad, you're screwed. Like that's what screwed Liverpool last season. Is that not only did they lose key players through injury, you also have the whole COVID thing as well. So it's you have to have a squad. You have to, even more so now. Because before COVID, you needed a squad already, but even more so now than not, you need plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E, plan F. So hence why you need to buy as many players as possible and just build up with as much quality as possible, so you are always ready for that rainy day, man. So I want to look back at Chelsea, Josh, man. Let's slowly look at this again, man. So my thing here is that for this game, because I think everything here. Oh, sorry, that's what I'm going to say. Alonso. Here's my thing about Alonso. So Hati Momo was twerking because he said Alonso is going to start. So he said, "Oh my God, blah blah blah." But here's my thing about Alonso, because you know what? Alonso reminds me of Marcelo, and by that I say, Marcelo can't defend.
No, but Alonso, he literally sabotages your defense sometimes. Sometimes he just sabotages your defense.
But here's the thing. But my thing is that if you're smart, you tell Rudiger, bro, occupy this space. You tell Kante, occupy this space. Because what Real Madrid do is Casemiro always comes in and ensures that there's backup here. So for Kante and Rudiger, always trying to occupy the space. So if, let's say, a dude is here, create a double team. Rudiger here, create a double team. Kante come in here and just add numbers here. So never leave Alonso by himself. Always add cover, because my thing is that what Alonso brings going forward is too good to ignore, because the issue with Aspi is his life ends here. This is where Aspi's life, Aspi doesn't know what this looks like. So his life ends here. So there's really very much that he couldn't. But for Alonso, he is super comfortable in this situation.
Yeah,
so you can give him the ball, great ball control, great first touch, and he is at home in this area.
Especially with the shots from that angle.
Yes. Shots, passing, movements, link up, and everything.
He's whipped crosses go good as well.
So Josh, for you, so let me not even put any words in your mouth. What's your arguments for either Alonso or Chilwell for this game, and why?
I'll go with Alonso. There's so many positives of going with Alonso ahead of Chilwell. One, he's played more, so he's more fit. Chilwell hasn't played. He hasn't played for a long time. He didn't even play in the Euro, so I don't think he's match sharp at all. So I think Alonso in the attacking areas, because we're gonna have most of the ball. We're more time gonna be camped in their half, pushing them back. So we're gonna need an attacking left wing back. And that's what Alonso is. Alonso's 10 times better than Chilwell in that position. He gives us aerial threat. He gives us an outlet. The thing with the outlet is when you, because basically to break down a back three. Let's say Arsenal play with back three.
Mm.
You need to be moving the ball fast across the pitch, side to side, but quickly to basically create an overload on one side of the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Alonso is very, very intelligent in that, in those senses. He always seems to get a lot of space, even though he's slow. But he's very intelligent. He always
He's
seems to get
smart. He's
space.
smart.
Very
But
smart.
someone just mentioned it in the live chat. Where is Rhys James? Because
I think he's in the same situation as Chilwell, just not ready there.
But here's
What
the
about
thing,
Callum
though.
Hudson-Odoi? Is he a possibility for this game?
No. I mean,
Because
I don't
he's
think
played
he
well
plays this
against
game.
us every time I've seen him.
Oh no, yeah, but you see, my thing though is Chalobah has. You can't bench a young dude who had a solid game and scored his first goal. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
So because Chalobah, you feel he has to play to end his rights to play, it makes it hard for Rhys James to enter here because that means that Chalobah completes the back three. And thing about this is that Rhys James is better going forward, much better going for Aspi, but Aspi is such a good defender that you need that defensive security. And also, he provides his crosses, but he's so good, he's such a solid, hard defender that it just makes the defense so resolute. Because if you have a Rhys James, and because look, Rhys James is a damn good, Rhys James is a much better defender than Alonso. So my thing is that, because for me, I don't even like the whole thing because he's the captain. Because I think there's an argument that Rhys James should maybe start this game ahead of Azpilicueta.
You know what? I'm going to be real. I think Tuchel will take Chalobah out of the firing line. I think he's got a lot of media attention and everything.
No,
I think
he
for a
likes
young
it.
guy, and for the fact that he's told him, I think in his press conference, he said he spoke to him yesterday and saying that you're part of my plans for this season. I think for this big game, because this is a big game, derby, and there's a lot of.
But my thing not young players are different. They feed off hype. Do you really think that when a young player is hot and full of confidence, you bench him?
For the captain,
when a young player is hot, he's feeling it and so forth. Because remember, young people, they are fearless. Would it really be the wrong time to go for it?
I don't know. It depends on Chalobah himself because I feel like, because me personally, I will probably take him out because if he makes a mistake, then everybody's going to be talking. Maybe it's too soon to be putting him into the team to basically start against Arsenal in a Premier League game. People will be making up those things after. So I don't know. I think he'll go with a very, very experienced back three. So with an Aspie in the right centre back, and they put James in the right wing back. So the same against Man City, so for example, because bear in mind they do have chemistry together. Rhys James and Aspie, they play well together. They know what to do in that areas.
But hasn't Chalobah been playing well?
Yeah, against Villarreal, he did get caught sometimes.
No, see, my thing here, look, that's Villarreal. He did good, but he was also very shaky.
Yeah.
So that's why you may say to yourself that he had a very good game and he scored a goal. Maybe the safest thing to do is Rudiger Christensen, Rhys James. Oh no, Rudiger Christensen and Rhys James. But he played Rhys James as part of the three in the UCL final.
No. He played Rhys James at the wing back. Then Aspie was.
Are you sure?
Yeah, in the final.
Okay. So my thing is that maybe this is because my thing is for Chelsea you have to go out and win the game.
Yeah,
you have to go out there and win the game because you're the better team and you're playing a team that's probably low on confidence based against Brentford. And I think if you have Alonso and Rhys James, that is a clear intent of we're coming here to try and get G's.
Yeah, Rhys James can cross. He's very good on the ball. So he's a very good outlet. If it's Aspie, there's nothing common. There's nothing going to be happening on the right side of the pitch. And remember Ziyech. We're hoping Ziyech plays.
He has to play.
Ziyech's going to need help on that side of the pitch.
So Hatimum, when you look at this lineup, your thoughts from an Arsenal's point of view?
It's a scary lineup, especially with Lukaku in there. I think Lukaku's the big one. If he starts, I'm definitely a bit more scared. I think now you've definitely got a force of nature in the box who can now not only contest when you're doing quick transitional play up the field, so you can hold up the ball, but also now, I remember you when you're crossing against us back in the last Emirates. You're crossing to who? Like, none of your boys were headering.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing, because now you now have a presence. It's going to be very key, because see, if Arsenal play a back three, you need a striker. 100%, you need a striker.
Yeah.
It is absolutely imperative.
Because I don't know who you're playing with up front. Was it just Werner last season up front you're just playing with?
Bro, Werner is super road, man.
Just stop saying that.
But yeah, so
whoa, easy, Josh, man. But before people will call you a bully, remember we have to be nice to Werner now, man. We're going to be nice to him.
Get out of my club. Yeah, man, you're talking. Anyway, but yeah, I think Lukaku's a big one. I think if he starts, I'm definitely worried. Big worry. Alonso, I understand what you guys are saying, but for me, I just can't shake off the Alonso I've seen all the time when he comes up against Arsenal. He's got a mistake in him, whether it's from a throw in and he gives it away to us or something dodgy. Like, I just sometimes some players they just do dodgy stuff sometimes in a game. I think Chalobah will start. Look, he's got experienced defenders around him. He's not playing with other youngsters. He's got Jorginho, Aspie, Christensen, Rudiger. Like, there's experience around him. I'm sure he'll start. I don't see why not. But I definitely would be more scared with Reece James. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, Josh. I mean, back to now. I mean, look. What are you expecting from Lukaku in this opening game? Are you expecting a lot, or it wouldn't be easy? Just if Lukaku does something, and I hope and I pray that he starts. What do you expect from Luke Skywalker?
Okay, his all-round game. I'm not just looking at the goals; is how he links with everyone else and the small chemistry I hope he has with, for example, Ziyech. So as soon as Ziyech gets the ball on his left foot and looks up, Lukaku knows what's going to happen. I want to see those little things that he does, like his hold-up play, his runs in behind as well. That's important. He runs on when he runs into the channels. Let's say he's running into channels on the right. I want to see what he does from the wide as well. In terms of taking chances, I'm expecting him to be clear and cool. I'm expecting him to take his chance, the chances that he gets, because he will get chances. Definitely will get chances. But yeah, I expect him to take those chances. That's my expectation.
Wait, can you see the amount of hate? There are people that want Lukaku to fail.
I mean, I do. Don't get me wrong. Like,
you see, Josh. Also, this is why Chelsea can't lose on Sunday. Chelsea cannot lose on Sunday.
I need Tim's for the narrative. Tim's needs to come out.
Chelsea themselves know. They know themselves that we can't lose this game.
No, Chelsea cannot lose this game. I'm sorry. Like, they cannot afford to lose this game on Sunday. I'm sorry. Let me. So your boy Paul K, thank you for the door. Paul K says that HH, if you really love football, you'd be praising Wenger, not being an Uncle Moo fanboy. 2010 treble. His style is football's highest form in platonic thoughts. God damn. No. I don't know. For me, I've always said that insult Wenger all you want. That Invincibles is a stat. And those guys played amazing football. And I'm a huge Vieira fan. I'm a huge Henry fan. And I am a huge Dennis Bergkamp fan. So, also, I believe even if he may be a fool in real life, I should call him the greatest left back of all time. So, Wenger did his thing.
But you're not a philosophy merchant. That's the thing.
No. But does Wenger have a UCL? Like, Mourinho has two UCLs with two different teams.
And also, wait. Listen. Remember, Mourinho's lost to someone who's been in jail.
No. Okay. But okay, let me say this. Did Wenger ever stop a philosophy?
Huh?
Did Wenger ever stop a footballing philosophy single-handedly? That's what Mourinho did. Mourinho stopped tiki-taka. Like, he single-handedly destroyed tiki-taka by himself. No help, single-handedly. That is one of the greatest. That's Dodd. That literally is Dodd. He single-handedly stopped a whole footballing philosophy by himself. So, no, I have all respect in the world for Wenger, 100%. But Wenger can't look Mourinho in the eye. He can't look Mourinho in the eye. From your boy Chainsaw DH, who says, Arsenal spent 130 million On what though? Hatsimo, can you please explain that, please? 130 million spent. Can you explain that for me, please? Thank you.
English tax. That's what I'm gonna say. English tax.
Are you happy with the amounts that has been spent?
Yeah, but I just think we've spent it in a very question. There's a lot of question marks. There's a lot of players with a lot of question marks. When you buy a football player, there's always a risk. Always a risk whenever you buy any football player, even if they're the super talented, even if it's Messi, there's a risk. PSG, who knows? Who knows what happens with Messi come PSG? We're all expecting for him, obviously, to just ball out, 20 assists, 30 assists, 40 assists in Uber Eats, smash out. But we don't know at the end of the day. There's still a risk in football when you sign someone. But the thing is, I feel like there's qualifiers, so there's always a bigger sort of margin of risk when you're buying players. And so with the players we've bought, there's some that have been a very big margin. Let's go with the one where I think there's the least margin of risk. I think Odegaard. I think even if we get the Odegaard last season at base level, I still think he improves us. Now, obviously, we hope for him as a potential to grow past that and improve. But even if we get that as his base level, and that's all he ever is, he still improves us. That's not a bad thing. But with someone like Aaron Ramsdale, for instance, I've seen some stories of the boy. He's got a nice personality, big personality. I like what he's done coming through up the league. But it's a risk. It's a risk. He's played for Bournemouth. He's played for Sheffield United. He's done some decent saves, but he's also been relegated twice. Let's not be real. He's been relegated twice, and he's taken a lot of shots. He's taken a lot of penalties, but then he's also had some very bad defenses. So how much can we judge him in? And also for me, goalkeeper is one of the hardest positions to judge. I feel like you have to be a goalkeeper to judge other goalkeepers. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't know if you ask me what makes a good goalkeeper, I wouldn't know. Out of the top 5% who are elite, and then the bottom 5% who are garbage, that whole in between range, I don't know what makes a good goalkeeper and what doesn't. I'll be real. So I can only leave that to the goalkeeper coaches and trust them. With Ben White, another one, big risk. He's played well for Leeds in the Championship, but that's under Bielsa's tutelage. And Arteta can't even sniff Bielsa in terms of football. So that's Bielsa, and then also Brighton. Let's be real. I think Graham Potter's a better manager than Arteta. I'll take Graham Potter today if you gave it to me.
God damn. Well, let's shout to your boy Paul Kicklin for the dub, man. So Paul Kicklin says Nagelsmann has a higher ceiling than Tuchel and Klopp. Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, because look, if the guy is this good at this age, this young, and he's the manager of Bayern Munich right now, 100%. Of course, he has a higher ceiling, but until he wins a UCL, please put some respect on Tommy T's name. Please put some respect on Tommy T's name, because let's keep it real, I don't think people have given Tuchel enough credit. He took PSG to the UCL final, and the very next year he was halfway through Chelsea of what was a disastrous season and won them the freaking UCL and ensured top 4. Bro, that's management, bro.
But I think Hansi Flick did something similar this season before, or 2 seasons, but he won the treble, and he was in a kind of similar situation with Chelsea.
But he still had Lewandowski, Muller. But see, he still had an extremely talented team.
But Hafab, let's not be silly now. How much did Abramovich invest in that team? He doesn't spend 200+ million in a window and expect you to be chomping about at night.
No. But my thing is that Francisco Lampaditos, the 4th, screwed that team over, man. So Tuchel was walking. Basically, Tuchel was like the peaceful ruler who's trying to take over the dictatorship and the anarchy that was there. So from Abracadabra says, if Chelsea lose Sunday, pop those bottles down.
Pop those bottles down.
Abracadabra. There will be no bottles popped. There will just be anger and violence and aggression. So don't think that any bottles are going to be popped. So relax, man. So I want to just take us to some questions that people have sent, and then we're going to now end with some predictions, man. So this is an angry letter, so I'll try and read this slow. So this is from La Bestia Negra, who writes, a couple of days ago, there was a comparison between the Barca midfield trio and the Real Madrid one. So I wanted to say something about the third of the Madrid trio and to hear your opinion. When Schweinsteiger was the undoubted leader of the German midfield, Germany never reached less than the semi-finals. In 2010, Ballack was still supposed to be the leader, but got injured and missed the World Cup. Bastian led the midfield and team to the semi-finals and eventually third place. The 2012 Euros semi-finals, 2014 World Cup win. 2016 Euros semi-finals. The moment he retired and Kroos was the undoubted leader of the midfield, Germany gets knocked out in the group stages of 2018 and the round of 16 this year. Kroos is also on record that he said, "I don't feel comfortable taking a penalty," before the penalty shootout in the 2012 UCL final. So Olic took one instead of him and obviously missed. Plus, next year he got injured in the first half of the first game in the quarterfinal versus Juve and missed the rest of the season. Hence, he had zero contribution to Bayern winning the treble. In short, Kroos is a bum, a fraud. And yes, I'm a salty Bayern fan that he left. Just wanted your opinion on him. Wow. That's a serious diss track. That's that's a serious that's a dissertation, man. That's a whole dissertation, man, bro. So here's my thing, and then I'll kick it to Hattie and Josh. I've been on record by saying this. Kroos is a supremely talented midfielder, 100% talented, but he's always been the beta to an alpha in the midfield. For Bayern Munich, for Germany, the main guy was always Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger was always the main midfielder, and Kroos was there to supplement him. All through the Real Madrid successes, Modric was the main guy running it, and he was there to supplement him. And I can't see calling him a bum is too harsh. So I think that's just deep feelings from Bayern. But let's keep it real. Kroos, if let's say Kroos is the main midfielder for a team, that's not a good look because I don't think he's got because he's still good, but doesn't have the level of ability that a Modric or a Schweinsteiger has. Hence why I say to guys that I think Madrid fans do overrate him. They do overrate him because this guy was one of the best midfielders in the world. No, Kroos has never been one of the best midfielders in the world. Never. That's never happened. He's never been in that conversation. But he's still an extremely good midfielder. It's just that he has never been in that elite echelon of midfielders.
But
you go for it.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, what do you think he's elite when he's paired with someone like Modric? So sometimes you've got someone who's an excellent Robin, but they need a Batman. They can't just be by themselves. So it's when they've got that Batman that they can then really shine, because them by themselves, they're just not cutting the mustard, like in terms of the
like when he's basically, it's like what we saw with John Stones and Maguire and Diaz.
That's it.
So when he's paired with someone, it's like that's Real Madrid trio of Casemiro, Modric, and Kroos was freaking elite. Absolutely. And they worked together as a unit. So I think when you pair him with someone, here's the thing. When he pairs with someone, he's elite, but I've never ever seen Kroos as one of the best midfielders in the world. Like 2013, 2014, Schweinsteiger was arguably the best midfielder in the world, at least top three. 2016 to 2018, Modric was arguably one of the best midfielders in the world, probably the best. Kroos, even when with Modric or Schweinsteiger, I've never seen him as, man, this guy is one of the best midfielders in the world. Very good, but still never the best.
I think he was just a fantastic deputy for Modric. He wasn't. Modric is the tempo setter for Real Madrid. He sets the tempo. He's the main hub of the team. But Kroos is also a crucial component in that mix as well. I think with Modric, he will shine in another team in terms of if you pair him up with another. But I think with Kroos, you do need to pair him up with someone like Modric in terms of when he is with them, you'll see the best of him. You'll see the best version of him.
Josh, your Kroos assessment?
Kroos, yeah. You're actually right. I've never really put him in the top echelon of like midfielders in our generation. Like, I've always felt like he's the one behind the one. So I've never I know he's very, very talented in that, but in terms of the intangibles, I don't know if he's got it compared to like a Modric, for example. Because let's be real, Modric, he ran that midfield. He's run that midfield since he's been there.
And he's also done it for Croatia, so we've seen that he can do it outside of Real Madrid. So it's not just a case of
he's not a system merchant.
He's not a system merchant. He's done it for Croatia, taking them to the World Cup final. So look, the guy was playing with decent Croatian midfielders, but they weren't. Let's not be real. They're not Real Madrid. Croatia's not Real Madrid. So
No.
like you can see Modric, he is the alpha of that team. He's the
Yeah,
Batman.
he dragged them to the final, a World Cup final, dragged them to a World Cup final. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, yeah, like Cruz is not. I won't say that. What the guy said in his report, he's not terrible. He's a very, very good player, but he's not the guy. He's not the guy, and I think that's what his career is going to be about. I feel like in 5-10 years, he will actually. I think he'll be forgotten. Honestly, I think he'll be forgotten in terms of.
Wow, that's deep.
Oh, that's no, I think
No,
that's
I
fair.
don't
I
know.
think that's fair.
I want to say forgotten. I mean, he wouldn't be spoke about as much as the Modric's in what I don't know who was Busquets, especially in our generation. I don't think he'd be put in that bracket. Yeah, I think that's He's a
Okay.
very good player though.
From your boy AD744, he says, HH, what team would you say is the favorite to win the Serie? Also, what's the top 4 prediction in the Serie? You see, Serie is one thing that's like because shout out to BT Sports, because BT Sports are now have the Serie, so that's going to be super interesting. Because for me, is that this could go either way, bro. It could, because my thing about it is that Juventus, yes, Allegri, but you're walking into a broken team with a Cristiano who you even know where his head is at. Inter, they've lost Conte. I don't know what Inzaghi is probably going to do with this team. And they've also lost Hakimi and Lukaku as well. So I think the Serie could be very, very open this season.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
If I was to predict, because of what has happened to Inter Milan, and I look at the other teams, I've got to put my money on Juventus.
100%.
I've got to put my money on that.
Yeah, I think Inter will drop.
So my thing is that I would say Juventus top.
Difficult. Wait, don't
Milan,
forget Sarri.
I'd put Milan second.
Yeah, so for me, I think Juve, Milan. I might put Roma third and maybe Inter fourth.
Oh, not Atalanta?
You're forgetting about Atalanta.
But they lost their keeper.
Oh, and Romero as well.
And Romero. But still, good points. I would, you know what? Yeah, I'd probably say
Gasperini is a fantastic coach, though.
You know what's perfect? I'd say Juve top, Milan, Atalanta, Roma, Inter.
Damn, Inter not even
wait, are you forgetting about Sarri? Sarri, isn't Sarri at Lazio?
Lazio. Nah, they're not.
I don't think he can do something this season.
Yeah.
So what are you saying? Top 4, Josh. What was your 4 for Serie?
Yeah, I'll go Juventus, Milan. Yeah, Juventus, Milan, Atlanta, Inter, because of the quality they still have in their team. And then I'll go fifth. Let me say fifth, Lazio. I think Lazio will come fifth.
Ahead of Roma?
Honestly, I believe Lazio will come fifth. I think Lazio will come fifth.
No, because I mean, if Tammy balls, Roma could do. See, they won't win it. But if Tammy somehow, if Tammy flops, then Roma are screwed. If Tammy balls,
I don't think he flopped. I think Tammy's a fantastic, and I was very disappointed he went to Roma. I think we've just had issues trying to shift Lacazette, because I would have loved to see Tammy at Arsenal.
I was saying this on Twitter, bro. I said that Arsenal gets Tammy. That was it. And I think he wanted to stay in London.
100. He wanted to stay in London. He's an Arsenal fan as well. But what it is I know also Arsenal fans have got like this complex of buying Chelsea players and hand-me-downs. But the thing is, it's not like someone Willian who's at the end of his career or someone like Czech. Tammy's a young player and he's got a lot to prove. I just think he was harshly done in at Chelsea, not given the opportunity, because wasn't he still one of your top scorers last season, even though he had like...
Bro, he scored the most goals from open play.
See,
in about 12 starts.
I just think people, just in general, football fans underrate Tammy Abraham, and I think he'll go on to be. I hate that he went to that skunk Mourinho, and that how he did us dirty with Xhaka flirting just so he would refuse. Mourinho tactics, man, they stink me out. But I think it'll be.
Who's your 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Serie then?
Juventus. I think. Let's be real. Allegri knows the road. He knows the map. He knows the map. He knows he's been there, done that, consistent. I think he'll wrap it up. I think Milan second. They've got the teams. They're still missing some pieces, I think, to make them a real title contender in terms of winning it. But they're still a very, very good team. So Milan second. I think it's going to be Roma third. I think Marino. I think Tammy's going to ball. I think he's going to break another breakout season for him. He done it in the Championship where he got 26 goals. I think this time he's 20 plus goals. I'm looking at for Tammy in the Serie A, because let's be real now. The Serie A isn't the Serie A of the 90s now. It's an open field league.
It's fully open. It's more attacking.
It's more attacking now. It's like I'm watching Serie in the last 3-4 years. It's just attacking football everywhere. Everyone's playing. I think, what happened to the defenders in Serie? I thought this was like a defensive league.
Wait, do you think he'll do better than
Absolutely.
Immobile? Do you think he'll do better than Immobile?
Immobile, I don't know. I think Immobile is a Serie A merchant.
He's a Serie A merchant. I'm not saying he's basically he's also a Christina merchant as well. He scores lots of penalties, man. So he evokes his inner Christina. So
don't say that to the Christina fanboys. There's a golden boot. But yeah, so Roma third, and I'm going Atalanta fourth.
Okay, so let me just take some dubs. So from your boy Abracadabra, who says, so guys, send in questions. So live chats, we'll take some questions for the next 20 minutes. So guys in live chat, send us some questions. Send some questions in the live chat. Send questions in the live chats. Abracadabra with the dub says Rakitic over Kroos and Verratti over Modric. No.
Yeah.
Well. No. See, as much as I love Verratti, I'm going to give Modric the longevity thing. Verratti, I think, has more sauce, but I'm going to give Modric the longevity thing. See, Rakitic, I think, is more clutch. Let me say this. Kroos may be a more well-rounded midfielder, but I think Rakitic, especially in a lot of those classical games, and also he scored in the UCL final.
He scored in the UCL final.
And he scored many crucial goals. Yeah, he scored many crucial goals, bro.
That's true.
So from your boy, Mr. Mans, who says, who's got a higher football IQ, Vinicius Jr. or the Oos? You see, that's just being mean. That's just being mean. Okay, why putting those guys in like that? Man?
That's hard.
Man,
That's
Oos,
okay.
Man, what happened to Oos, man? What a disappointment.
He's coming. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. So I mean, no, between those two, a high football IQ.
I think obviously it's Oos. I think it's not even a competition. My only issue with Oos is his finishing. When he's in front of goal, he just lets himself. I still remember that Liverpool came. They could have made it 4-0 in the first leg. Have hope. Do you remember 3-0 with the last minute? He had the goal.
That's the thing that annoys me. So you're such bums, and you're so crap. You can't hold on to a 3-0 lead. You're that much. So it just shows you how trash you are. And also, shout out to Eggboy Hero. If you're there, shout what's up, baby. So you're saying that you're so trash and crap that you can't hold on to a 3-0 lead, and you're Barcelona. Don't put that on the ooze. Don't you dare put that on the ooze. From your boy Zoting TV, thank you for the dub. Zoting TV, thank you so much for the dub. Thank you for the donation, man. So Zoting TV says, the narrative that Arsenal don't spend money is ridiculous. In fact, they spent the most in the last 4 seasons. 50 on Oba, 50 on Laka, 70 on Pepe, 50 on Ben White. Do you want to respond to this, Hatsimomo, please?
First of all, you have to put that in comparison with other teams in the league. So when you're looking at a team like Man City, how much has compare that to how much Pep has spent since he was 2016, 17? He spent $1 billion. How are you comparing that to what Pep spent since he's been there? $1 billion. So you can't even compare the two. Chelsea, don't
say Chelsea.
No. Let's be real. Chelsea will talk about. I don't know why Chelsea fans.
We spend what we make.
No. See, look. Why have Chelsea fans got? Listen. Why have Chelsea fans got? Have hope. This is why I respect you. You don't seem to have this complex a lot of Chelsea fans have, where they sort of want to distance themselves by the fact that they've been bankrolled by Abramovich. Like, they don't want to say, no, Abramovich has given us money and he spent $2 billion in the club since he's joined. And this, no, just own the fact that say, no, we've got a sugar daddy. He spends money. It's fine. Like,
no. But bro, I am very happy.
You are
as Abramovich. I love the Abramovich, and I love his spends.
But have hope. A lot of Chelsea fans I know here in London, they will say stuff like, no, we're self-sustaining.
Shut up.
This or that. Like, we're self-sustaining club. Let's be real. You don't have the match day revenue income still. You still got the 30-40k stadium. So it's not like you still have a huge match day revenue. Yeah, your commercials now.
You make money elsewhere.
How many Deadwood players do you guys still have? I was watching that preseason. I'm seeing players like
Danny
Drinkwater. I thought Danny Drinkwater was fighting people in nightclubs.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah. No, that's me too as well. I thought he was in San Quentin doing 25 to life, man. So.
Exactly. So, but he's on 100K at Chelsea, and you've got other players like Bakayoko still on big money. You've got all these players on wages, yet you can still afford to make signings. That's how I know Abramovich is still bankrolling Chelsea. So I think Chelsea fans need to own the fact that Abramovich.
But isn't
But the thing is, you can't. Don't forget, we make a lot of money from different revenue streams.
You do too.
Loan fees. I remember in 2017, 2018, we literally made 100 million from just loan fees, from loaning so many players that we made 100 million from that. Like, we don't just make money from stadiums and commercial things. We make money elsewhere. So
I know. You also
just
make money from
we make a lot of money, so we're gonna spend that
But you also make money. But let's be real.
Real quick. Nana Ageman, I've sent you a link, so you check your Twitter DM if you want to join. I've just sent you the link in your Twitter DM if you're still around the bro. So, yep, go for it.
You know, I was just going to say, I'm just going back to this comment now. So, yeah, we have spent money. I don't think any Arsenal fan would say we've not spent any money in the last, especially since Wenger's gone. I think we've been spending more money. I think it's just been mismanagement of funds, wrong profiles. Managers bought this player that this manager didn't want, and there's not been any sort of real clear strategy in place. But I think with this season, there's a strategy in place. Even if I think the buys are questionable, at least you can look at the profiles. They're all young players. They're all looking to grow together. So even if you think, there's like these two questions when it comes to signings. You've got the talent ID where you question the club on how talented is the player in terms of ID. Do you agree with the evaluation? But then also you've got the profile aspect of the player. Are you buying the right age? Is he the right professional? Has he got the right character? So with the profile, I can't disagree with the club. But then the talent ID is up for question and debate, isn't it? But I think that's the next.
Wait, the profile. Wait, in terms of the character, how do you know about these people's characters?
In terms of the club scouts what they former teammates have been saying. They see how they've been in training.
You speak to the manager and no. Basically, put it this way: if let's say you went in to buy Balotelli, have one convo with Mancini, and Mancini would just start laughing, and they'd be like, okay, cool, I get you, bro, I get you. Or like, what's it called? What's his name? What's his name? Cassano from Italy. Like, or even like Tarapt. These are guys who were not they're not professional. Which teams will cause PSG the most problems and why? Public service announcements. PSG are not winning the UCL this year.
Chill.
I agree.
Look, bro, I don't care whether they've got Eminem, Marshall Mathers, the real Slim Shady, or Kim Mathers. I don't care who they have. Okay. My thing about it is that let these guys roll up to a full-strength Bayern. Full-strength Bayern beats PSG with Messi and so forth.
No.
I don't know.
Let's be real. PSG came close.
I have to see how Bayern performed this season.
A full-strength Bayern, all people are fit, they beat them. See, okay, so the question is, who will cause them most problems? For me, I think
Pochettino. I think they've got all the players to win it. The only person that can make them lose is Pochettino.
Yeah, it's Pochettino.
I think Pochettino is the big. Like, you can't. He's the only one. All he needs to do is go to Messi and say, "Oh, do you need a drink? Neymar, what do you need? Do you need a foot massage?" That's all he needs to. He doesn't need to interfere. The players will win it.
But my thing to say, I'm saying right now, let them put full strength Bayern. I still think gives them issues. Full strength Bayern still gives them issues. Apart from that. Okay, no. You see, guys. See, here's my thing. We've talked a lot. Can we see these guys play? I don't know how they will operate.
Yeah.
You see, before we saw MSN, we were like, okay, wow. So the guy from Liverpool, okay, the guy from Santos, okay, Messi. But once we saw them play, like, oh, stop, because it's one thing having guys on paper. It's nothing of like, how do you now play? Do you have the same wavelength? Because my thing is, will Mbappe vibe with Messi? Will the runs? It's Neymar, Messi. They'll vibe. Will Mbappe vibe with them? Maybe Di Maria vibes better with them. So, what MSN was, because the key thing about MSN, they were all South American, and because they were all South American, yes, we're from different countries, but Uruguay and Argentina are like this. They're pretty much the same. So they're culturally very similar. And you just had a name who like, oh, but they were all South American. So now how will a guy who is French vibe with this South American thing and so forth? So because I don't know how it will work. You just see, this isn't FIFA. On FIFA, yeah, you're gonna get test tubed with
you're gonna see PSG teams in
bro. I wish I saved it. Someone on Instagram, they put up a picture and it's basically, you know how you have guys shake each other at the kickoff? It's basically Marquinhos was shaking Marquinhos' hand and so forth. Because this guy says, oh, you choose PSG, I'll choose PSG, and I have no shame in doing so. I'm like, it's what's gonna happen. Like, so you're just gonna have PSG against, because guys are like, yeah, I am using M&M. Oh, fine. And see, I've always hated that in games. Because whenever I pick a team and someone picks the same team, I'm like, you bastard, I pick a different team. Because I'm always like, look, I said, bro, change your team. And I'm like, all right, fine. Because I can't play with two of the same team. That's it for me. That's just stupid. That's just stupid. So, look, my thing is, I can't answer that until I see these guys play and in full motion. So obviously, Messi's debut is against Reims end of this month. I think August 29th. And then we'll see how it goes off. So I think this is that fair enough. City spend more. But Arsenal have spent more than Leicester City. What's that excuse? So Hatsumamo, how do you explain you spending way more than Leicester City but still finishing behind them? How?
They've got a better owner. They've got someone who's
It's not like that.
No, they have. Let's be real. Their owner, you know, rest in peace to the one that died. Obviously, top to crash, and then obviously I think his son has taken over, and he's been excellent for them. And then also they've got an excellent female director of football. I've forgotten her name, but she's a British lady, and she's an excellent director of football. And you know, their recruitment is a standard. Like, let's be real, Leicester's recruitment is slick. Like, I can't help. They sell players at the right time. They buy players at the right time. They have just been a very smartly managed club, and we've not been smart. I think that's the difference. So we've spent more than Leicester, but we've not been smarter than Leicester. Leicester have been smarter. So that's and I hold my hands up and say Leicester are absolutely a smarter club than Arsenal.
But here's the thing, and I think even someone even said this. Like, I don't know where someone said this to me. I think it was online. What if Rodgers has this Arsenal team?
100% as well. The manager tax, Arteta tax is real. Let's be real. You can't. Brendan Rodgers,
Arsenal, it's a good team.
It's a top 6 squad. I don't care what anyone says. It's a top squad.
Arsenal. We can laugh and abuse and just have fun and everything. But if we're being serious, that team shouldn't be finishing below 6.
Below West Ham? You're telling me West Ham really have Michael Antonio up top?
No.
And you know, Souček, they're decent players. Rice, you know, what's his name? Who are they? Fabianski. Like, they're decent, but they're not better than Arsenal in terms of squad wise. So we should be finishing top 6.
So NK, thank you for joining us, bro. So NK, you know what we've commented. So general thoughts on the game on Sunday. How are you feeling, man? How are you feeling about the chances and so forth? So first of all, general thoughts about the game on Sunday. Would you start Lukaku or would you bring him from the bench?
It's an early test. It's an early big test, you know. It's a game that I think is a must-win game, considering I'm pretty sure we have Liverpool, don't we, later? I mean, is it the week after? I could be wrong, but we have a hard run of fixtures. So exactly. So it's a big game. Let's be honest. We go out here and saying we want to win the Premier League and stuff. This is the game we have to win, you know. And Arsenal.
That's not the case. Half said he said it's only one game. Until it's
easy. NK, good night, man. Talk.
So, you know, and it's Arsenal, man. Let's be honest, it's Arsenal. I can't stand their fan base, man. The fans are crazy, bro. This game this game we should be silencing them. Last year was the perfect time to do it, you know. And as you said previously, we got hit badly. So I mean, this is the game. This is the game that tells me where the club's at, you know. I know it's just one game, but this game tells me where the club's at. I'm always skeptical about Arsenal anyway, because these guys turn it up against us for some odd reason, man. But you know, we'll see. I think we should win the game. I think Lukaku should start. I know it's early. I know But let's do the big guy, man.
Okay. Because as Josh said, what's there to wait for? What's there to wait
Yeah,
for?
exactly. Let's just throw him in and see what happens,
Throw him
man.
in, and also remember, he's fit. He's already been doing preseason work already, so he's ready to play. So
Throw him
why
in there.
start him on the bench?
Throw him in there, man. Throw him in there. He'll be better. Throw him in there. My question is, Chilwell or Alonso is my big.
Yeah, we were just discussing that. So I think me and Josh both said Alonso because he is too good going forward. And I think that what Tuchel has to work on is what Zidane did with Marcelo, trying to get Kante and Rudiger to try and help him out defensively because he provides too much going forward.
I mean, any game where my thing is with me and with me and Alonso, any game where he has to turn his body towards our goal, towards Mendy, is not the right game for him. You know, any game where he's defending for a large period of time, where he might have to defend for a large period of time, ain't the right game. So Arsenal, no disrespect to any Arsenal fans, you know, I think we'll be on the front foot. I think we'll be on the front foot. Play Alonso. You know, that's my 2 cents. But
okay, what's it called? So actually, should Arsenal? Actually, sorry. Before we go, let me just read some of these dubs. So from Abracadabra, who says, that's Frankfurt's penalty kick celebration, Zad to the CL. So obviously, he's talking about when I went crazy when Hazard said what's up for the penalty kicks. And my thing about it is that I fully defend my celebrations because my thing is that's what I told you. It's called Zad's destiny. It's called Zad's destiny, and I'm still sticking with the narrative that Zad led Chelsea to that European trophy. And yes, it was a European Cup final. And my thing is, Hazard has taken a lot of abuse, a lot of insults, being European Cup winner, and I'm hoping and I'm praying Hazard shows people why, at his best, he's top 3 and he's not 3. That's why. So yes, Abracadabra, I fully defend my celebration of one of the most talented players of his generation. From King M. Rebirth, YouTube banned me. Lukaku about to get 3 in a 6-0 baptism. King M, I'm not falling for that. I'm not falling for that. Okay, so I'm not falling for that nonsense. We are going to face Arsenal and we're going to see what happens. I know what I've learned from my mistakes and I know how this jinx works. We're going to see what happens. Let's see what happens and then we'll keep it moving. So I am not putting anything down, so we're not going to do anything. So yes, I said 6-0 on the terrace, but that's because I was a bit crazy and so forth. Maybe stiffy something. Come Sunday, we're going to be real. We're going to be real and we're going to be very, very respectful. Issue, should Arsenal go for Conte? Here's the issue. And I want to hear what you guys say. Conte needs money and cash and support. Will he get the support if he was to join Arsenal?
No.
And the answer to that is that I'm not sure. So I mean, Hasbro, what do you say to that if Conte was able to say what's up?
I'd love Conte to come to Arsenal, but he'd need to change his request in terms of player profiles, because I know Conte, he loves his experienced players. He's an experienced merchant. He loves players who've played around the block. They've got experience in them. And I think Arsenal now have just they've been kind of burnt with buying experienced players, and they're now just like, as you've seen from this summer, they've been buying young profile players. So if Conte does come in, he would need to be flexible in terms of his recruitment and need to be willing to work with more younger players. And I don't know if Conte is about that life. Let's be real. Conte, you look at the buys he made when he went to Inter, a lot of the dudes were, experienced dudes. Ashley Young, Christian Eriksen. He brought in Sanchez, obviously, and a few other Italian dudes as well. But they all tended to be on the, on the end of their journey in football. So he likes his experienced guys. And I just don't think he likes coaching younger people, like young players, in terms of people who've got a lot of potential, but he needs to coach them. I don't think
so he says he hates kids.
No, it's not that he hates kids, but I just don't think he wants to sort of coach them through that. It's kind of like a bit like Mourinho. Mourinho, he wants to work with veterans and people. He doesn't want to. He's not there to sort of do daycare nursery. He's not like trying to coach. He's not about that. So that's why I only think my hesitation with Conte.
Okay. For Chelsea people said, wouldn't you play Chilwell versus a team that won't attack and play a low block? You can play Alonso. But if you play a team that will put pressure on you, won't you need Chilwell? You see, my thing is, I get I get where you come from, because it's like Arsenal, especially with the lineup that we saw, are definitely going to play on the front foot. For sure, they'll definitely play on the front foot. But my thing though is, it's. I mean, look. It's an idea, because you could say to yourself that, okay, let Arsenal come onto Chelsea, and Chelsea now counter them. And if that happens, Chelsea, that Chelsea can counter them very effectively.
We saw that in pre-season, but I mean, obviously it was pre-season, so we can't really count that too much.
Yeah. No.
We saw, you guys, when we were trying to press you up high, trying to win the ball back, I saw Werner just running into acres of space. I saw, Havertz having space. You guys were just running into space and having chances and chances. So I don't know if that sort of is going to just try. But like you said, it's pre-season. So
Hey, Tuchel trap them, man. That's all he has to do. Just trap them, man. When they take a goal kick.
No, So I used to. So you would still roll with Alonso in this game, or you would roll with Chilwell?
I'll rock in for the free kick alone. I'll rock with Alonso, man. For the free kick alone, Alonso gets the start, man.
I'm looking for 90 minutes in a game. Man. Okay, a game is for the 90 minutes. Who will roll?
No. I'm just saying, but we have to reward the free kick. HH. He had a good game, and even in the Super Cup, the guy was money. Let's be honest, the guy was nice. I thought the guy couldn't cross a road, but his crossing looks to have improved. So I'll give Alonso the nod, but it's not every game. But I'll give this game, Arsenal game, Alonso could start 100%.
But then all I'm saying is, Chelsea fans, if he does put in a stinker, don't say you weren't warned. So
What
I'm fearful of, what I'm scared of is you've been gassing up and cheering Alonso. The guy starts, and the guy is pretty much responsible for Arsenal scoring 2 goals. That would have messed up.
But he's coming up against Nicolas Pepe. I'll be light work. That's light work. That's a comfortable night.
NK.
That's a comfortable night.
NK, please. NK, this game is too important to start jinxing everything. So NK, just tread lightly here. Tread lightly, because guys can get clipped. I told you. I'm already regretting the stuff I said on the terrace. I'm trying to back away from that and delete all that. So please tread lightly. Says HH, what is Havertz's ceiling? Can he be better than Kaka and Rooney? Because he's already surpassed Bruno and Jen. Who's Jen? That Jennifer Aniston?
Who's Jen? Yeah.
Wait, who's Jen? Is that Jennifer Aniston?
Who's Jen?
What's it called? Rooney. Bro, I told you, Rooney's overrated. And guys, I'm not being anti-United. I'm not being He's an EPL match. How many World Cup goals has he scored?
Oh no! Internationally, we don't need to argue there, man. Although,
but what's Havertz done internationally?
His Euros. He had one.
He's just started. No. Rooney's career has finished, and he has 2-3 World Cup goals. Yeah. Look, Rooney is a quality player. Rooney, and also I'm not the biggest Kaka fan. Rooney should not be in the same sentence as Kaka.
Wait. So if you're holding that standard to Rooney, what has Cristiano and Messi done in the World Cup?
What they've done in the club is so exceptional.
Yeah.
And what they've done in the club game is so exceptional that he shouldn't be mentioned in the Cristiano Messi argument. But this guy's saying Kaka and Rooney. How do you put Kaka and Rooney in the same sentence?
Come on, Rooney's
they shouldn't be in the same sentence, man. They shouldn't be.
Kaka and Rooney should not be in the same room.
Rooney's top, but not. It's a different.
I think you guys are Rooney, man. Absolutely.
No, Rooney's nice. He's a legend, but Kaka's different, man. Kaka's different. Let's be
the white Pele. Is that how you're disrespecting the white Pele?
Yes, it was called the white. So my thing is, Havertz is silly. See, bro, Havertz can be truly something. He can. I mean, because my thing is, I said that with Havertz, when I think of Havertz, I think of Kaka. But my thing though is, he needs the right coach. His ceiling, I think, is slightly better than Kaka.
Damn, that high.
Yeah. Wow. What did Kaka do in the 2005 final against Liverpool? 3-0.
Kaka only had 3 good years. 3-4 good years.
But those were.
And also
I mean,
remember,
let's be real.
Havertz is starting much younger. Like
Yeah.
Kaka was irrelevant at this age. Like 21-22, he was irrelevant. No one knew who he was. Like the guy was like selling fruits down the road at 21-22. So my thing is,
So wait,
Havertz
so
right now is already on the map.
are you telling
at
me
this
Havertz
age.
is going to win a Ballon d'Or? Is that what you're saying?
No one said that.
Because if you're saying he's better than Kaka, he's winning Ballon d'Or.
He has to fight.
Have you seen what thing tweeted?
Who?
Fab. He tweeted 1 hour ago about Chelsea.
Oh, why? What did he say?
It said Chelsea are looking to offload some other players before they take decisions on Koundé and Saul deals. So Zappacosta to Fiorentina on loan, Malang Sarr to Bologna on loan, Bakayoko to AC Milan, and Ugbo. So they're waiting for those before they go with Koundé and Saul deals.
Are you getting both those players or just one? Is it just one of the two?
He's saying both.
Oh damn!
Saul.
So yeah.
I don't
How
know.
much would he be? He'd be cheap, right? Because of his contract.
I think Atletico are trying to get, no disrespect, I don't know the situation. I think Atletico are trying to get rid of him. I mean, his name has been brought up.
Yeah, but my thing is that Saul. I'm not the
declined.
biggest Saul fan, man.
I think he's declined.
I'm not the biggest Saul fan.
He's declined.
Yeah.
Last season,
I think he's
was
declined. Yeah, I think he's declined.
It was that one goal against Bayern Munich. It's just hype, but then, yeah.
No, I'm
overhyped
sorry,
player.
man. I'll stay with what we have. To be honest with you,
No, I think still need another midfielder.
No, I'll say we need another midfielder as well, but not Saul. I'd rather
not Saul.
not Saul.
Wait, so actually, shout out to YSK Football Hub member. It says that can you ask Momo the question I raised on the Hangouts about the Invincibles and if they had won a treble? So yeah, so basically what we're saying was, I think we were talking about treble talk, and again, I mean, no offense, but when Bridge said what's up, and stopped the Invincibles from advancing in that UCL match, and if there was a year that you should have won, because that was the year that FC Porto won.
Yeah.
Because that was the year that Milan, Madrid, all the big dogs got taken out. So if the Invincibles had won the Champions League, how do you now think that team would have been regarded? Do you think people would now have put that team to the same level as the three-piece Real Madrid and the Barca 2011? Because 09 doesn't count. Barca 2011.
Absolutely. I think obviously Invincibles in of itself is one of the best Premier League teams of all time. So that in of itself is there. If you add a Champions League to it, obviously now you're talking about one of the great seasons of all time, along with other clubs of great seasons. Because let's be real, Liverpool, how many times were they getting wins? Like were they on like a 32 win when they won the what season did they win it? The Premier League, and then obviously your boys Watford and Troy Deeney and his son said, "What's that?" And then everyone, I remember your jinx. I was thanking you for your jinx because you're like, these guys are going invincible. No one's beaten.
Jinx, man. The jinx lives. The jinx lives. The jinx lives.
When I saw Watford 3-0, everyone up and down the country, every Arsenal fan was celebrating. I'm telling you, that was like.
Because the thing about it is that people have always been saying that, like, please, can a team go invincible so as they can shut up about this whole thing? Because my thing is that say what you want. That's a stat. And people can still say, well, we ever undefeated.
And let's be real, it's not like people have to say, but what about a team? Any team can go invincible if they do 30 draws. First of all, it was 90 points. And the team started drawing towards the end of the season when it was already confirmed we won the Premier League. So we were still not losing even when it was dead rubber games. So when people
it's a nice achievement, man.
When people try and downplay it, they need to have their head checked because you got teams to this day wishing that they can do invincible. Liverpool fans say secretly they didn't care about the invincible. They cared about it. And when that Watford game and Ismail Hassan, Troy Deeney, hey, they were in the mud.
Wait, but correct me if I'm wrong. Were Arsenal on top at Christmas during the Invincibles? I know they finished on top, but it wasn't as dominant as people are saying now. I'm pretty sure Chelsea were on top at Christmas.
But listen, first of all, it's a season, isn't it? It's not
okay. I'll give you the floor, man. Arsenal Invincibles is a dub. I'm sorry, it's a dub. I'm not gonna say too much, man. Congrats, man.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna bring this up. I remember, I didn't influence this person to say this. I didn't pay this person to say this. So people that want to attack me, attack this dude now. All right, I'm just going to pull this up.
Jesus Christ. God damn. God damn.
You're sick, man. Why did you highlight this comment?
God
Come
damn.
on, man. Like,
Oh, and then look at what it says in the brackets, not goal scorer. Oh, damn. Damn. Hey, I'm not answering that question, man.
That's
That
sick.
panel
That's
could do it. I'm not going to do it, man.
no,
Yeah, that's a difficult question.
I'm not trying to
Hatimomo,
get-
can you please
I'm
go
not trying to
first,
get-
please?
I'm not trying to get Christina fanboys.
Can you please answer this question,
I'm
please?
not trying to get Christina fanboys on me.
Hey, I'll say my chest posting.
Damn.
Say my chest posting.
No, you can't.
I'm so against Cristiano. especially
I
now.
can't say it, man. I'm not going to say anything, man.
I'm saying in my chest, Cristiano.
Internet's a crazy place. Internet's a crazy
Cristiano,
place.
he's not top 30 players in the world. He's gone. He's finished.
Let's be real. Poulsen
Get him
got
out.
to a semi-final of the Euros, and was Cristiano.
No, he didn't.
You see, my thing is, I see, if we're being real here,
Oh, you're not going to do it, are you?
no. If we're being real, it's a debate.
Oh.
Facts. It's a debate.
Oh, no.
No. If this was
It's your dialogue, yeah. It's your
2014,
dialogue.
20, if it was 20 for 2013,
It's not a
they had it.
conversation. It's not a conversation, obviously.
No.
Now.
In 2021,
Yeah.
we could have we have to sit down and actually have it. Okay, there's a back.
Oh, this is sick, guy. Come on, guys. Man. You're talking to a 6-time Ballon d'Or winner. You can't be doing this now.
But see, this is why I said
2021.
Cristiano. You see, it's things like, nobody would ever do this with Messi.
Because
In 2021, do this with Messi is stupid. Right now, this is a legitimate question. Like, jokes aside, you can actually say, well,
HH,
you know,
be careful,
actually,
man. HH, be careful, man. The internet's a crazy place, man.
you know what the Christina fanboys have.
Internet's crazy. Internet's crazy, man. Internet's crazy.
look, but see, this is why I say that Cristiano should retire. You don't need to go to the freaking World Cup.
He needs that World Cup, man. He needs to smash it.
Bro, he's gonna be like 40 something. You don't need to go to the freaking World Cup. Your legacy is set. Like, my thing is that do you want the last image to be you trying to do a step over and tripping over yourself? No one wants to see that. So for me, I'm doing this out of my respect and love for him and for what he's done. For what he's done, his legendary career, I want to see him end on a high. And we can't have you just waltzing around, hardly being able to move and not being able to do anything. Because see, this is what his results, because there are people right now that can actually ask this as a legitimate question.
That's disturbing.
So you see, I mean, it's not nice. But look, man, let's now. So our last question was from Victor, and I think it's a perfect one. Predictions. Prediction for Sunday, man. Harrison Momo, come up, man. How do you think this game goes? How do you think this game goes? Because when you look at the first game, I think Chelsea underestimated Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Arsenal played young, played fast, played quick. And Arsenal deservedly beat Chelsea. That was a deserved win.
Mm-hmm.
The second one was just weird.
Mm-hmm.
Where Chelsea just, it was smash and grab. And Chelsea it was a smash and grab nonsense, man. So my thing is, how do you see the game going, bro?
Okay. Truthfully, I'm gonna say I'm seeing it as a 3-1 Chelsea win. 3-1 Chelsea win.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
Is this a jinx?
I'm thinking Lukaku brace and a Havertz goal, and then also from Arsenal side, I'm thinking a Saka goal. So Saka goal and then Lukaku brace and a Havertz goal. I think Chelsea will score 2 goals. We'll score then, and you'll score the third. And that's how it goes. 3-1 Chelsea.
So why don't you have faith and belief in your team? Why you saying 3-1?
I mean, let's be real. We have a lot of important players missing. Gabriel's not here fit. He's injured. Partey's injured. Aubameyang's a doubt. Lacazette's not there. I know as much as people disrespect these players sometimes not showing up, they're still big game merchants. But they're not. None of them are there. So we've got experiencing a young kid making his first big game, Lokonga in centre mid. It's going to be important. He needs to be switched on. Ben White, rough game against Ivan Toney, and now you're asking him to go up against Lukaku.
He had a rough game against Ivan who?
And so, people are saying I'm hearing some form of abuse can potentially happen on Sunday. So Ben White's family needs to look out for him. And then I think Havertz will show up with the final goal, and I think we'll get one goal. So I'm thinking 3-1 Chelsea.
Joshua.
Oh, I'm going to be bold and go 3-0. I don't see us conceding. I don't think they have the firepower.
So Josh, you're saying that. You see, Josh, you have to understand this. I live off jokes and comedy. And there's nothing I want more than Arsenal to be in a relegation battle.
Chill.
It's nothing personal.
Chill.
We need this for content crack. For content crack, we need Arsenal in a relegation dogfight for the season. So, Josh, a lubrication would be like Christmas. Or, Josh, are you sure? Are you sure? Because what happened in those last two games, are you sure of lubrication?
Trust me, I believe we'll win 3-0 convincingly.
As you should. I mean, we're
relax.
We're rubbish team.
I'm putting pressure on Chelsea to be the big team that they are supposedly are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We need to start acting like a big team, start acting as underdogs when we play big teams. Because why is it all the time we play Man City, Liverpool, we all seem like the underdog? I want to start acting like we're going to the game, we're going to win, and we're going to win convincingly. Clip it.
All right. So before I can go on to NK, man, your boy Suleiman says, HH, the Christina fanboys know you live by Brentford. I live in many places. I live in many places. No, as I told you, like, I live. Sometimes I'm in I'm in Camden. Sometimes I'm in Camden. Sometimes I'm in Greenwich. Sometimes I'm by Brentford. So I'm not in one location. So those loose can't find me. And also, if I lived in Brentford, if I lived in Brentford, do you know how big Brentford is? Brentford is a pretty big place. I'm not in Brentford all the time. So you Christina fanboys, I'm sorry, you can't find me, you freaking losers, man. NK, talk to me, man.
You know, it's funny. Arteta, here's the thing. I was going to say 3-1 as well, like a reverse of last year, like because Tuchel and Frank are two opposite sides of the spectrum. I was going to say 3-1. But Arteta and Arsenal are funny. You know, they're funny. And I think because let's be honest, let's be 100% honest, that they lost to Brentford and they deserve to lose, but there were circumstances out of their control. I believe they have a week to prepare. As much as I could say a 3-1, I could see a draw. I could see a 1-1 draw. I could honestly see a 1-1 draw.
Wait, YSK, pause your comments. Pause. Say Brentford ain't big, bro. Relax. Pause. What the hell? Pause. NK, continue.
I could see a draw, man. I could honestly see Arteta coming out with a game plan, and it's weird, man. This guy, people. He might not be the right guy for Arsenal, but he's
so nervous, man. Stick your chest out.
Arsenal, nah, not with Arsenal, man. Not with those guys.
Because NK, what I'm worried about is that because their back is against the wall, this is the way they may now produce something. And that's what I'm afraid of.
But sorry, you guys did the lineup. So is following Balogun starting again?
No, he's not.
He's not going to start.
No,
okay,
no.
so yeah, you can't play that young boy there. You can't. But I think I can honestly see a draw. I'm going to say 3-1, but 1-1 wouldn't surprise me because I know Arteta, man. I know this guy. A game plan sets, you never know. I just believe that I still don't have the trust in these guys yet, man. The Villarreal game, I know we won, but I still don't have the trust, man. Trust ain't there.
Bro, guys, I cannot give a prediction because of legal reasons. From Miguel Rabines, who says, Arsenal aren't elite until they win the UCL. Their record in Europe is shockingly ass. How did that Invincibles team not win the UCL? So, NK Dons, before you got in here, Hatimomo said that Arsenal are one of the biggest teams in the world, and they're as big as Real Madrid and
Nah,
Barcelona. So NK Dons, can you please explain to Hatimomo why Arsenal are no longer a big club, please? Because he refused to listen to me.
It's not no longer. There's an honest question. If you have no CL, and I'm not saying this just as a choice. If you have no CL, you're barred from entry. You can't get into the club. That's just the. I don't make the rules.
Simple.
I don't make the rules. That's not to say Arsenal aren't, because if you're talking fan base wise, I get it. But nah, you're not
Well,
really.
I understand this. Why is this like? Why is the European Cup a rule to every, like? First of all,
Because-
let's be real. Let's be real. Nottingham Forest have got 2 European Cups.
Yeah.
Are they a big club? Are they a big club?
No.
Would anyone here say they're a big club?
But when do they get them though? You see, no, you see, because you call it recency bias. It's not recency bias, it's relevance. What you call recency bias, I call relevance. The reason why people always respect Bayern, Real Madrid is that they are always continuously competing for the biggest trophies every single year. And by doing that, that is what makes you a big club. How can you call yourself a big club where, first of all, you've not won the league? Or, first of all, you've not won the league in over a decade. You've never won the Champions League.
You haven't
And the
won the
Champions
league.
League is the highest form of competition.
correct.
So how can you still say a big club? How?
You're not a big club because you have the last time you won the league. Was there an Oyster card?
Yeah, I think there was. It was.
Bro, I don't think there was an Oyster card when the last
there
time
was
we won
Oyster
the.
card. There was Oyster card.
Okay.
But anyway, first of all, let's be real.
Wait. When Arsenal won the league, was Queen Lizzie still married? So that that's what I'm saying.
First of all, your club got established in 2004, so let's be real.
Hey, we beat Real Madrid in the Super Cup before, but everyone hates to bring that.
Zola, what's up, baby? What's up?
Everyone hates to bring that up. We beat Real Madrid in the European final, bro. Come on, we beat Real Madrid in the European final, man.
So your Champions League wins, they don't mean anything to me because they're like plastic clubs. It's like Man City. If Man City beat you, you think that Champions League wins anything? No, it's got.
You'll be surprised. Hey, Benitez is better than Wenger, in my opinion. But let's continue. Let's continue. Benitez is better than Wenger, man. Benitez better than Wenger.
That's disgusting.
No. So I mean, okay. So Hatimon, so you still believe before rolling here because the beer is continuing to kick in right now, so I can hardly concentrate right now. So because I swear I actually feel ill, man. So.
Yeah, 13 league titles. We're saying what's up.
Nice.
I think Chelsea are still on 6. Still chilling on 6. Like so, you don't even have.
Should we go to Europe? Because I used the thing with Arsenal, right? I used not to cut you off. I used this thing, right? Arsenal are respected in their own area. But when they go to Paris, they're respected in their own area in North London. But it's like when they go to Westfield, you're getting robbed, and that's Arsenal. You're getting robbed. No one respects you in Europe, man. No one respects you, and it's okay. Like,
listen, I'm not lying.
Back-to-back years.
Listen, I'm not lying. Obviously, I'm not going to be deluded here and say like there's not been a decline in terms of Arsenal. What's going on in terms of the team? Like, absolutely, there's been a decline. Like, let's not be idiots here. Of course, it's easy to see, but you're not gonna, like I said, recency bias. We can't just look at what's happening right now. You have to look at the whole picture. You just obviously, if you look at the last 5 years, it's not looking pretty. But you got to look at the last 15, 20 years. Look, when you're looking at history, did people win? What they only won
history is overrated, man. History is overrated.
You're talking to the wrong guy.
Like, you're talking about times
Of course,
where
you guys were established in 2004.
Wait, guys,
guys,
all I'm saying, guys, remember, guys, Sunday. Our pre-match will roll. So Saturday, tomorrow, hangout at 10:30. We'll be talking about this a lot more. Well, that's right, around 11 after the Barca game. Then, of course, on Sunday, pre-match, about an hour, half an hour before the game, pre-match preview, straight after the game, post-match analysis, and, of course, Twitch watch along. Guys, Chelsea, we pray that you guys don't F up the bat, because if you do, you'll screw it. Luke Skywalker, it is time to freaking rise. Peace out, stay true.
Good luck, Momo. Good luck.
One love. Peace.
Peace out.